I don't know what I want to talk about, so hopefully I don't ramble. Um, One of the subjects that seem to come to my head is there's always a video of why I went natural. But for me, being natural all my life, kind of contradicts with everything. For me, it's why I stayed natural, and, and it can't really seem to go with the flow of like perms for me. But a lot has to do with like my upbringing. My mom and my dad. My mom is like natural. There's no way she's gonna put like a perm in her hair. She's very low maintenance, really low maintenance with her hair, and her hair is like gorgeous. I love it, love it, love it, love it. But like for some reason, my dad, for me, had a lot to do with why I stayed natural and not to conform with what is defined as beautiful out there. He's all about like he passed away, so he's all about like being natural and like taking care of yourself inside out. So there was he never saw the purpose of having a perm, or probably since people thought I had good hair, especially for me, from my background being Haitian, like my both my mom and my dad are Haitian. They all think like, wow, like you really got amazing hair. Like there's no reason. Kind of isn't. Even if I had like really quick, I wouldn't see the reason. Maybe it would be different. I don't know. But he always like embrace yourself. Like love yourself first. Not not saying people with perms, like whatever suits your fancy. But it's so much that goes along with the freedom that I get with like being natural. Like if I sleep and I wake up like with my hair like fluffed up, all I have to do is kind of like shake it out, like try to mold it the way I kind of want to. It has its own personality, but I like probably in the previous video you'll see that I took down my hair from like pineapple, and already it's starting to like open up to the way it'll look like beautiful on its own. When I think it looks like crap, everybody's like, "Oh my God, Erica, like your hair looks so nice." And even if I feel like crap, with the compliments that I'll get or the good feedback without me realizing, I get it back. It's like, I feel like crap, like I'm not really in the mood. But then when I get it back, it's like, okay, like if you feel like crap, look your best. That seems to work. Even if I like, oh, this is not how I wanted my hair. My hair has its personality of its own. It's like another child on my hair. Just gotta accept it, go with the flow. But I have people like if I work out or like hair seems to be an issue. It means like if you didn't have hair. Like I always treat myself like I'm thankful I have my like hair. Some people define it to be like an aphrodisiac. Like, oh, I love your hair. Like it kind of scares me sometimes, but I'm like, okay. I'm kind of used to it though. It's like your hair is just orgasmic. And I'm like, it's just growing out of my scalp. I don't really have. I have like control of how I treat it, but it's more of it's just hair. Like if I went bald or low cut tomorrow, I will be the same person I am inside. I told people like, yeah, I want to cut it, and they're like, no, no. One person even told me my hair was my beauty. But it's all on how the person perceives or how anybody thinks of themselves in that way, shape, form, or fashion. But hair is just hair to me. Probably I learned that from my mom who really doesn't care. She'll like, seriously, her hair was like down to her elbows when she was pregnant with my brother. And my dad, like, I think my mom was tired of like doing her hair. So like my dad is like cutting her hair, like a big strand is like gone. She didn't care because it was like, oh, I feel free. Yeah, I love her. My little sister, who's 15, shaved off. First, she shaved this portion of her hair off. Crazy. She was 14 at the time when she did that. But it's better they do it young versus like she wanted to do it for her and my brother. It's like they did like crazy stuff like that. But she cut this whole portion off. After a while, I'm not shocked anymore. And her friends, I said like, whoa, what people say at school. And with her, it's like she doesn't care, which I love. I love that she loves herself. And they're like, oh, they hate her because she has good hair and yada yada. But so when I tell people I've been natural all my life, I don't know, when you say that, it seems like they expect like a whole crazy long mane. But I do, like, there's damage, like heat damage. That's why I'm trying to see if I could go without heat, like the length and like breakage. Every winter it seemed like it just jacks up my hair, but in the summertime it's like, whew, I can't, like, I wouldn't mind when like my mane gets like crazy long. I do have like a length goal, but it's more like having it be healthy, even though I'm like holding on to these strands and not, because for me it's like, even though I have heat damage, like I'll try to cut off the ends of the damaged part, but the rest is still like healthy enough that I really don't want to cut it. Kind of do, kind of don't. Wanted to do like the whole like, let me just be free of my hair, and people look at me like, Ericka, you going through something? Maybe I am. But yeah, I'm not really defined by my hair. People seem to define me by my hair. Or if I change my hairstyle, depending on the day, and I meet a person, and I'll see them again, I'm like, oh, you're such and such. Because I tend to not forget, like, if I see you, I'll remember you. I may not remember the name all the time, but I'll remember, like, I know you from somewhere. And if they look at me like, oh, we never met. Like, at work, I'll get that. Like, or at the gym. Like, the gym is my job. One of them, I should say. So when I meet, like, the new people, they're like, hey, like, we haven't met before. I'm like, yes, we have. If you're remembering me because of my hair, I'll be a different person every time. Like a chameleon. That's what I loved about my hair. It's like, it's a chameleon. I could, like, put it, like, super, super straight, look, like, really young, put it in ponytails and pigtails, or, like, a lion's mane, like, really wild and out there. Or there's times I'll even, like, with, like, the crazy bad hair, go outside and, like, what the hell happened to you? I'm like, what? Do your hair. Are you, like, seriously? And I look at them like, it's done. Or I'm walking around with my hair, not you. And after a while, they respect that. Like, once you believe in yourself, nobody, when I say nobody, nobody can actually force you to change. They're like, oh, looks like your hand, like you. And I'm like, seriously? But that's just people. And I love my natural hair. Yeah. One down, a couple more to go. The same jazz. Yeah. Love yourself inside and